Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is a musou video game. In these games, you have to defeat large number of enemies in a frenetic way. They are not so popular in Europe for their tendency to move in battles with the compulsive pressing of a few buttons, and they are often perceived as minor titles. The idea of koei, techno, and omega force is to combine the dynamics of the musou video games and the world of The Legend of Zelda for a second time. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is a title that uses the narrative world of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, setting the title 100 years before the events of the Nintendo masterpiece. Age of Calamity opens with an event that completely disrupts the timeline of Breath of the Wild. In fact, the title will open with the time travel of a mysterious guardian, who will accompany the adventures of the protagonists. The adventure of Hyrule Warriors have many secondary missions, and 20 main missions, in which it is required to satisfy various goals that change from map to map. Each character has normal attacks and strong attacks, and they become the base of a capable combat system able to create incredible combos as in best tradition of musou video games. There are also actions that vary according to each character chosen, in a collection that boosts 16 heroes. One of the great features of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is to differentiate the gameplay of each character. From one mission to another, there are also parts of exploration, in which you are asked to refine your senses to find hidden items. In these exploratory phases, the player can observe the game world, and of his being extremely faithful to Breath of the Wild. I also found very funny the parts dedicated to the command of the four sacred giants. 2 having some very innovative and funny mechanics, and 2 too repetitive. On the technical level, the game is not completely convincing. In fact, there are some graphic problems, which do not spoil the adventure, but they can often be perceptible. The resolution in television mode vary between 1080p and 220p maximum, and from 540 to 300p in portable mode. These are graphic compromises aimed to manage countless quantities of 3D models on the screen, which reaches important heights in the most chaotic parts of the combat. Speaking of the game difficulty, it is quite challenging even in the normal mode, the second of 4 difficulties to choose from. Furthermore, the plot is really well structured, and it's fair to say that is not a real prequel, but a parallel dimension, and so another split in the timeline of Zelda games. In closing, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity inherits many positive aspects of the masterpiece Zelda Breath of the Wild. A stratified combat system makes the title of Omega Force not only able to revalue the experience with the musou genre, but also to entertain in a whole new way, to which most Western audiences are not used to. Final grade 7.9.